It's funny, but for someone who's covered major golf championships and Stanley Cups and World Series, this book didn't originate with any of that. It actually started with my boys. My sons, both are super competitive little athletes and who were terrible losers, just couldn't handle losing in any form. It really got me thinking about losing and about how we all have to deal with it and how it can be this great opportunity if you let it. But what I didn't want to do is make it a bunch of hollow platitudes. Like, I want to give them real examples and real stories and things they can relate to. So from there, I started asking people about their greatest losses. Dan Jansen was a speed skater, one of the great speed skaters of his generation, but he never won an Olympic medal. In fact, he lost in 3 straight Olympics. And then he sort of used all of those experiences and poured them into his final Olympic race and won a gold medal. That's a perfect example of someone who had learned how to take the lessons from losing. But there's also examples of losing where someone doesn't go on to win the next thing. They live with that defeat for the rest of their lives. Like Greg Norman, one of the great golfers of his generation, the one thing he really wanted that he didn't get was he never won the Masters, and he blew it. He had a 6-shot lead in 1996, and he coughed it up over a final round that was one of the worst final rounds of all time. But from that, he handled it with great grace and dignity and opened himself up to people in ways that he never had before. And that was an example of someone really winning from the experience. The one thing I want everyone to take away from it is it's as relatable a topic as you can get. Everyone has had some sort of losing experience that has crushed them at some level, and they've had to figure out how to deal with it. So what I want people to understand is that A, it's going to happen, and B, it can be a positive thing. And from that, it's also teaching not to be afraid of losing. Don't be afraid of failure. Failure is not this devastating experience. It can be a great opportunity. And when I was talking to Greg Norman or Michael Dukakis, who lost the presidential election in 1988, how they became such better people because of their experience from losing, I came away very inspired. And I would hope that the reader would be inspired as well.